Hey everybody, I'm assuming that my stream is working now. Let me set up a little microphone for myself, a little feedback so I can hear myself. I can hear my bass fairly well. Just gonna do a warm up today, okay? Because, why not? I wish there was a way to like minimize the viewport. Oops. So I wouldn't have to see myself. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, just a warm up. I'm gonna do a 5-tone scale. Now my click is really quiet. I don't like that. Something happened with Reaper, and when I just tried to set up Restream, because finally we should have the click. Yeah, see, we have a click. So we have Reaper's audio, which is nice, but when I set this computer up, it wasn't necessarily for streaming. So like, now I'm getting sound from supposedly my microphone, but I know it's from the GPU because it only happens when I start streaming. So maybe one day I can move to like a dual PC thing where I stream from a second device. But for now, this is what we got. So like I said, just a basic warm up, okay? Kind of lost, you can get that one right. From here, I'll switch over to the lip trills, I think. We could probably do like a wee. We actually have that Okay, so now I'm going to maybe do a phrase, turn out this metronome. Okay, so. Let's just do Yeah, we're pretty much good. So, I guess what I'm doing. I don't guess. I know what I'm doing. What I'm doing here is I'm permuting rhythmically displacing phrases, okay? And so we all know this song. Right? And darling, stay by me. Right? So instead of just trying to sing that like as Benny King would, which maybe I could, maybe I couldn't. But he's got his own unique voice. It's a classic song, and so a lot of times I don't like to just go for, and I'm not gonna just try to sing that because there's too much emotion associated with it, and I feel like it's better to just isolate the musical elements and play with them, and then make them my own, because it's one thing just to go, it's obvious, everyone knows that. But, and then maybe you want to play that in different parts of the neck. And you could do that. And then you can change the keys. But what happens when you run out of that, Because, I've already gone through it. Up and down, but so now you have the rhythm. And this is kind of fun because look, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 1, and 1, and 1, and 2, 3, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and done, right? But you gotta get those notes right. 3, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5, 5, 1, 7, 7, 6, 5, 6. But we're not gonna do that whole phrase. Why? Because it's complicated enough. Just right, and 1, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So things like that. You could count it all, I guess, So, but what I wanted to do was kind of, once you cross beat 3, it, 2, sometimes if you have a real short phrase fragment, then by the time you get halfway through the bar, like let's just say we go, right, just those 2 notes, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. You know what I mean? You could just, is it really that different than 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3? That type of stuff. That's something that'll fit into the context of a song, but when you're just trying to learn syncopation and phrasing. Like I'm trying, I mean, obviously I know syncopation, right? Like everybody knows that. But I'm trying to develop a mastery over this material. So we're going to play it like this for now. And these, just this basic, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? We'll rest on that fourth quarter note. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So you also want to rest at the right time. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Yeah, because there's only an eighth note worth of rest, you know, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. See what I mean? 4, and then as soon as you get to and, so there's only a half, just an eighth note of rest. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so we're doing 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That one's going to be tricky. Let me think about that one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and we're going to rest on just the and of 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and, I rest too early. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, sounds crazy, right? It doesn't even sound anything like, you know, or even, which is so evocative, you know, if reduced. But reduction is not a problem, because really reducing gives you more freedom to just do something like, you know, or whatever, you know, chromatic stuff, or you know, doesn't matter, because you got your target tone 6, 5, 1. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, I just want to go through these and I'll add the metronome. I want to try to raise them up in pitch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and, let's see, we're at the end of 2. 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So that was the end of 2. Whenever you come in on the end, it sounds more, you know, on the downbeat. So we'll come in on 3, and that'll push us up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 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 and 3 and 4 and 1, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1. Nope. and of 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Oops, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You know, maybe if I'm going to put the metronome, we'll see how that feels with the backbeat. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, you got to count loud. You know, you can't count like a weakling, and which like I've been doing. You need to count more out. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Wrong. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 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 3. Should have rested at that one. That's fine. I'm not gonna narrate all my mistakes now. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 2 and 3. So now we're going to do, instead of and 3, we're going to do starting 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, and rest on the end of 3. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 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 and 3 and sounds crazy. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we're back where we started. So that's already like a brain twister, right? I think yesterday I was just doing two notes, you know, and this is something that this jazz guy, Josh Walsh, jazz pianist Josh Walsh, instructor, assuming he plays, you know, I haven't listened to his music, I'll be honest, but he talks about, you know, taking like the, it wasn't the Charleston, it was just 2 notes, just 2 eighth notes. Right now we're in da ba da ba da 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 ba da. It's more like a straight 8, but in jazz, you know, ba boom ga da da ga da ga da ga da ba ba da boom ga da ba da do ga ba da 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 ba da da ga da ba da. See what I mean? 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You know what I mean? And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And you know, people were doing that kind of 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 type stuff. It's the exact kind of thing, you know, pattern, rhythm. But you know, 2 eighth notes, that's good, because then you can go, I don't know, if I'm working on this song here. All right, yes, I'm actually working on My Head of the Lamb, and it's a great song to learn jazz, so to develop your jazz skills, because it's so simple. So, you know, the chords are just 1, 1, 1, share the bar with 2, then to 5, whole measure, back to 1 for measure, 2, 3, 4. I didn't really, but yeah. So now we have the chords. Da, ba, da, da, ba, da, da, ba, da, 2, 3, 4, da, be, dee, 2, 3, da, ba, dee, dee, or dee, dee, do, ba, do, do, dee, dee, do, ba, da, dee, dee, ba, dee. Do that, yeah. 3, be, dee, be, dee, be, dee, dee, ba, dee, dee, this was supposed to, yeah, I think I was right. So, Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white. The one. Yeah, and I mean, and base that, use that as a basis for your improvisations. Okay, so there we go. That's 36 minutes. So that's our stream. That was fun. Thank you to the one person who showed up. That was very sweet of you. It could have been me. I don't know. But, we covered, I did a warm-up. Admittedly not that exciting. But then we did some rhythmic displacement of Stand By Me. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. With that 8th note rest. And then we saw how we could apply that to, improvisation or whatever. Just starting a phrase and the various 8th notes throughout the measure. And that's something that a lot of people talk about. What's the dude's name? Corey Wong. E and a 2, E and a 3, E and a 4. 1, 2, 1. On 2, and then just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. On the and a 4. The commonplace is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, even like in the Grapevine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. And 3, and 4, and 1, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. 3 and 4, ba da da, ba da ba da ba da ba. That's exactly like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 3. So 1, 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Except the difference is here, the second note is we play as an 8th note, and that creates a syncopation. But really here, it's not that different.